What up, everybody? Alright, I don't know how many people are going to come on. I don't care, I'm just kind of documenting this. Let me see here, what do we got? So, that's the mold. DC's all epoxy. And I gotta go get the live edge. Alright. That's the live edge. I believe that is walnut. Wow, we actually got 3 people watching this late at night, huh? So, what we're going to attempt to do here... Can you guys hear me? The washing machine's going because Rocky and Ruby had an accident when we went to dinner, and sometimes they can't hold it because of their cancer, and they had an accident on their doggy bed, so I'm kind of washing a bunch of laundry right now. So if it's bothering you guys, let me know and I'll shut it off. What we're going to attempt to try to do here, first we got to somehow debark this, which I've never ever done before. We got to get this bark off. Then we're probably going to cut it yay long as it goes in the mold, right? And then we're going to split it down the middle, I think. I don't know. Or maybe we cut this the long way, like this, then cut it and use the 2 sides that have the white that go into the brown, so that those can be the live edge in the middle, and then the river going in the middle. You hear me good? Good. Goody, goody, goody. By the way, Jamie True, you're awesome, dude. You're just awesome, man. For what you did for Cap and everything, man, that's just... You're awesome, dude. Thank you again. Alright, so I gotta figure out what I want to do here. Let me see. So if you look at the picture of the box, it shows the white showing on the inside. So I think that's what we're going to do. That way it looks uniform and all that stuff. But what sucks about that is I'm only going to be left with a long sliver of walnut after that. And, wow, we got 40 people watching. You guys are nuts. We're only going to have a long sliver of walnut after that. But I got to figure out how to debark this thing. All right, let's get that off. Let's get this mold out of here. I got all the epoxy over there on standby. Who's out there? Who's out there? Let me know. So far, Jamie True's the only one that's come around. All right, let's see. That's on there pretty good. How do you get this off without fucking it up? Probably should have watched a video on that, but we're just gonna wing it. I don't want to cut it off because I want that waviness of the live edge. Okay. Yeah, bandsaw ain't the way to do it. I don't got a big enough bandsaw anyway, so I watched John Malecki do it once. Here, guys, let me turn the camera around so I can see what you guys are saying while we're doing this. Sorry. I watched John Malecki do this once, and I forgot how he did it. What up, German? What up, Caleb? Yo, what up, Rod? What am I doing up so late? We went for dinner tonight. I came home and I actually got sick when I got home. The dogs couldn't hold it. They had an accident when we were gone because they have a problem holding it now. And I was basically doing nothing but cleaning up until just now. And yeah. I could probably take a jigsaw to it, huh? Probably just jigsaw it. But the way the guys do it, they don't do that. They like get under there with a chisel. That's what we're gonna try. Chisel. Where's them chisels Sayer got me? What'd I do with them? Here they are. That's how they do it. They do it with a chisel. It took me a minute to remember. But I remembered. Sayer to the rescue. What are you guys saying? Yeah, this does look good. We're not going on a hospital run. Rod the bod. Okay. Wow, there's actually 24 of you guys watching. That's crazy. Alright. Let's take the bark off. Let's take the bark off. That's how you do it. Thank you, Sayer. These are working beautifully. You want to be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to destroy that live edge. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of the live edge, right? So you really don't want to dig into the live edge with your chisel. Sometimes the bark comes right off all in one piece. You watched both parts of my cutting board video earlier? How'd you like it? What up, Jimmy? You have a draw knife. Those work good also. I don't, unfortunately. What am I working on, Rod? I am making my first ever live edge epoxy resin cutting board. But we got to get this bark off. I probably should have did this before we went live. I honestly wasn't expecting to have 40 people watching right now. So I thought there would just be a couple of stragglers here or there. And, you know, I could just kind of look up every once in a while and answer their questions. But it's okay. More the merrier. We're all good. And then we'll sand the rest of that off. I got these pieces of live edge from an old man out in Lockport, New York, out in the sticks. He cures them all himself. He cuts them. He does everything himself. He's just a little old guy. He's got really nice wood. Ha ha. That's what she said. Ha ha. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Big chunks. I don't know how John Malecki gets it all off in like one swoop. That guy's amazing. I like me some John Malecki. How much was this board? Well, I got this one. I got two book matches, which I probably shouldn't be doing this with book match boards. And they were like 35 bucks for the two of them. I probably got it cheaper elsewhere, but I don't know. I like the guy. When you like somebody, you'll pay a little bit more for something. When they're nice and they're helpful and they're not dickheads and they're not fake and they're actual real people, you know, you'll pay a little bit more for it. At least I will. That's how I do business. That's how I do business. Ooh, that's a big chunker. There we go. There we go. Oh, she's coming. The live edge is starting to show. Just so a lot of you know, this isn't my first time working with epoxy. I work with epoxies every day. I just never done this before. I didn't know they made slides big enough for your feet. They make, barely. I mean, I usually gotta fucking special order them somehow. Yeah, I probably should have debarked this before I went live. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was going to take this long. The cutting board video was the one where you had a small accident during the juice groove part. Yep. Yep, I sure did, Rod. I sure did, bud. And it took a little piece of my soul out when it happened, but we made it work still. We made it work still. All right, I think we can sand the rest off. All right, I think we're gonna sand the rest off. No, I was just talking to Sarah before I went on here. Somebody go in the Discord and tell Sarah to come on. Me and Sarah were talking a little, there he is. I did, Sarah. I told the whole Discord I was going live. I just got done using your chisels, dude. We just debarked it, man. Now we gotta sand off the little bit of bark left. The chisel worked great. It worked great. Sarah, make him use the chisel so you can yell at him. Why? Because I'm going super slow like this? Huh? Am I making you nervous by going super slow and taking small shavings off? Well, we got most of it off. I don't know if I should keep going or if I should sand off the rest. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing this. It's going to be 12 by 18. I got the mold over there, Rod. Once I'm done debarking this and getting this cut down the size, I'll show you the mold. 12 by 18. Pretty big cutting board. Maybe the biggest cutting board I've done yet. I usually do medium size. Medium to big, not big, big. Alright, we're going to sand off the rest. That's what we're doing because I said so, damn it. Ba-doo-be-dee-doo. Ba-be-be-be-ba. Ba-doo-be-dee-doo. Where's my little baggie? Get the old trusty dusty Bosch sander. Let's see here. Probably put on my mask. I should probably hook the dust collection up. That would be the smart thing to do, right guys? Hook up the dust collection. We'll hook up the old duster. The old Rockler duster system. Ba-doo-be-dee-doo. Ba-dee-be-dee-doo. Ba-dee-be-dee-doo. Ba-doo-be-dee-doo. That one's a little bit too big. I think I got the other one on my other one. Should probably just use this fucking sander. It's already hooked up. Just use the corded one. What we got going on here? Your favorite pastime. My favorite pastime? What's that? Souls, I thought you were going to bed. Don't throw dirt on my grate. You know what I just thought of? I should probably be using my belt sander for this. Well, this is all I got, so. I think that looks good. Remember though, it's just a cutting board too. It's not a table. I want a slab. I fell out. Now that cleaned up my mess. I now know where my chainsaw and gear is so I can go out back and clean up some slabs. What do I need parchment paper for? What do I need parchment paper for, Sarah? There goes the sander. put down so it doesn't get not stick to the surface you're pouring. Okay, I got this there, and I got mold release. You ready? I got that, and I got mold release. It's not gonna stick. I know the epoxy part. I'm not a rookie when it comes to epoxy. It's the getting the wood ready and all that stuff, you know. All right, nice. We got the edge cleaned up. Now I think I'm gonna cut it this way and then in half. But let me get my area cleaned up here. I don't want no dust everywhere when I'm doing this. Rockler spoiling me? Maybe. I wanted to share good news with you guys. I don't know. I think I'm going to wait on sharing it. Yeah, I got the mold release. I actually got very good news from Rocker today, but I think I'm going to wait until I share it. Yeah, but this is easier. Sayer. For tables, you got to make your own molds, of course. But this right here, this is the thing right here. It's easy. It's repeatable. It's easy to clean, and you don't got to make one. You don't got to fucking break apart a mold. Every time you make it, you can use this hundreds and hundreds of times. This is actually cool. This is cool. All right. Says it's 12 by 18. 18. 12. Okay. So what I want to do is, I want the white part out. So, how wide is this? Roughly on the widest point. About 5.5 inches. So if we take 2 pieces, that's good. So that there's not that much epoxy. Because I don't want to use that because it's expensive as all hell. So 18. But we want it to be probably 4 inches wide. Or maybe we just want to cut this in half. 18 inches long. I don't even know if I could get 2 pieces that way though. Let me see. I can't. It's only 32.5 long. So I'm gonna have to do it the way I wanted to do it. So we're gonna have to chop probably an inch off the edge here. Inch off the edge here, then chop it. Oh shit. Well, this sucks. Why didn't I think of that? This sucks. I should have grabbed the bigger slab. It doesn't have to be equal on both sides. The epoxy can go into the corner. The epoxy can go into the corner. That's what I'm going to do. So maybe we're just going to chop this. We'll do 18 inches on one side. And we'll do 14 and a half on the other side and let the epoxy go into the corner a little bit. That's what we're going to do. Why? Because I said so. That's why. And if it looks dumb, it looks fucking dumb. But I don't think it will look dumb. So we'll do 18 inches over here. Pow. Let's go chop it on the miter saw right quick. Josh said wife was going to make pictures of my cats. Hey, maybe. Maybe she will. You got to send her a picture though, Slayer. You know what I'm saying? Should have marked the other side. I am going to mark the other side. What do I do with my pen? Let's see. All right, back over to the table, Batman. You want this side going here, like that. Like that, right? And then maybe something like... Nope, that's gonna look dumb as fuck, Josh. Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking get the other one and fucking debark it. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, this is gonna have to be something else. God damn it. I didn't want to have to do this. I thought it would look better than what it did. It don't. It looks dumb as fuck. Let's see. I need 18 inches of this fucking thing. So we'll cut it first and we'll just debark the part that we need. All right, let me chop this up. All right, so we got to debark this. Get this out of here because I don't want too much dust in that mold. Time to do this again. Yay. This may be the shittiest part of this whole process. I'm not going to lie, people. Wow, that all came off. Look at that. I gotta sit down for this. Now what? There's still a lot on there, Sayer. I'll be here all day long. There's still a lot on there. Debarking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this process. Look, I got my hyper tough wire brush. I'm hyper tough now. I'm a hyper tough fanboy now. All right, now I think we may be able to do the wire brush. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? What up, Doc? Yo, what up, Apache? Long time no see, brother. Hey, wire brush is a wire brush. Cheaper is the better, yep. I'm just waiting to see how sharp the chisel is. Why, you guys think I was gonna cut myself? Not today there, guys. Maybe tomorrow. One fucking part there. One fucking part. I tell you what, this debarking shit is for the birds. How does John Malecki get this shit off in like one swipe, dude? He does those big ass tables. He gets this shit off in like one fucking swipe, bro. I guess he's just the wood god. I don't know. There we go. There's a nice chunkaroo. Guys, we're like 14 subscribers away, maybe even less now with the live. We may be like 10 subscribers away from 10K, guys. 10! You know what that means? Party time in the tool squad. Tools galore going out the door. Party time in the tool squad. Debarking sucks. Debarking sucks. And at this rate, I'm going to have to charge $5,000 for this cutting board. At this rate. Holy fuck. You spend more time fucking around with the bark than the actual making the fucking thing. Let's see if that's enough now. A lot of guys have delivered on her. What? Oh, on Panther's exploit. Panther don't come around here. He doesn't come around my channel. Unless he's in the chat now. What are you guys doing for Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, huh? I wish I was doing nothing, but I got roped into going to my friend's house. If the guy wasn't like a brother to me, I would have told him to go fuck himself, but that guy's been there through it all, man. So I guess you just do stuff that you don't want to do because you love and respect somebody so much. This little thing called loyalty. I don't know. I tend to take loyalty very seriously. That's good enough. The epoxy is going to be covering that up anyways, so it's good enough. We got the bark off. She's ready to go. Now I gotta clean up my damn area again. If I was just a smart human being the first time around, you know what I'm saying? Now we can make a little cutting board, or, I don't know, what are we gonna do with these two pieces now? I already got one debarked. We'll make something out of it. Maybe we'll make like tiny little tables or something. Can you ask them to cancel the Super Bowl and watch Dr. Left Hand Thread Sunday surgery instead? I don't know. I'll get on that talk. But you're at like 4 o'clock, right? Our time. 4 o'clock Eastern time over here. I'll be able to catch a little bit of it before we check on out of here. Yeah, it starts 2 hours after you, Doc. You're all good, man. We'll be watching. We'll be watching, yo. Tell you what, that fucking bark makes a fucking mess. Holy mess does it make. Let me get my little compressor. Get the compressor. My compressor just died. Hey. Why does it always die when you need it the most? Shut up! Would you fill up already? Finally, holy Christ. That thing's on its last legs, that DeWalt compressor. It never used to take that long. like a glove. This one may be a little bit, I may have to shave a little bit off of this one, just a scotch. Now I know that's not a lot of resin, but resin's expensive as all hell. Just going an extra half of an inch, a quarter of an inch on each side, you're talking a shit ton more resin that you got to pour in there. So I'm okay with the little bit of resin in there. I think it will give it a good effect, and for my first one, I'm just trying to get my feet wet. Now, if you're using a lot of resin, you want to use deep pour. But from my experiences, that may not be enough. And it may take like 4 fucking weeks to cure, especially in negative 20 temperatures. I may try this mirror casting resin instead. Cures a little bit better, way less bubbles, just a better epoxy than this shit. This is cheap garbage, but that's all I got right now. Support your local tool squatch. I appreciate that. $3,500, $5,000 in Milwaukee tools. Yeah, so do I. So what? Now, let's see. What colors do we got? We got red. What is this called? Red russet. I think that's what we're going to go with. We got interference blue. And we got micro pearl. Those are the only ones I got at home. I got like 800 of these things at work. You guys have seen my workbench at work. So I think we're forced to use the, oh, the lavender wouldn't be nice. Just don't know how that would look. It's only interference lavender. It'd be like white with like a purple tint to it. I think we're gonna go red. I think the red will work good. Now, trying to think here. I don't want any dust in there. Like I can already see some dust in here. I don't want it. I don't want you in there. Now, I may have to make a few mixes here because I only got one mixing cup. I may have to clean out that mixing cup. Give me a second, guys. Fuck it, I think I'm gonna use this stuff. I think I'm gonna use this stuff. I don't want to use this. I mean, that's not that big of an area. It's not like it's a big, it's not like it's like this. It's like this. It's about 1 inch wide. So I think we can get away with using this. So this is 2 parts. 2 parts resin, 1 part hardener. So I don't know how much that's going to take to fill a spot. But we're going to give it a go here. I should probably put this on a flat table somewhere. Probably have to put this upstairs. So if we do 8 parts of the resin, then that would get 4 parts. So 12. So let's start there and see where we get. 8. That's not going to be enough, but we'll just make another batch. It's no big deal. All right, good. I just got to find a stick. Put it on safety boots or glasses. I'm good. I work with this stuff all day, every day. I don't think I've ever wore safety glasses while I used epoxy. Never in my life. For the last 20 years. I need to go find a stick. Hold on. I'll be back, guys. You got like a popsicle stick up here? There's a casserole in the doorway. Oh, yeah. You know what? I just thought there's probably sticks in this thing. Is there? There's one. Hey now. I'm gonna have to mix this. I'm gonna have to mix this with a stick, guys. All right, here we go. Mixy, mixy, mixy. Now, a lot of the bigger channels, you know, they got them big mixers that go on their drill and they mix the shit out of it because they're using like 20 gallons at a time. When you're not using 20 gallons at a time, when you mix, you want to mix in a figure 8 form. That will reduce bubbles and just be overall better pour. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. And you want to scrape the sides, the bottom, so that you don't miss anything. I hope to God this is enough, because I don't want to have to remix anymore. You want to mix about 2 or 3 minutes to make sure everything is all good in the hood. Figure eights. Swirlies. And then we got to get out the heat guns. The heat gun. The heat gun. Wow, we still got 18 people watching us at 2:30 at night. That's crazy. You guys are some crazy peeps. Did all you guys freeze up out there? Hello, Dwight Smith Weston. What's up? Now, when you pour this, you want to pour a little bit above the surface here. You don't want to go too crazy. You just want to pour it a little bit above the surface. And you can either belt sand that down to where you get it somewhat flat, and then you can run it through your planer, your slab flattener, whatever your little heart chooses or what you have. I may use the slab flattener just because I want to use it. It's a new tool. Although, I may just use the planer because it'll be freaking easier. It's only 9:38 where you live? Well, where the hell do you live? Australia? $7:30-ish here. Making some oatmeal for me and the missus left-hand thread. Hawaii. Hey now. We got a Hawaiian on the chat. I think all my I think all my mainland United States and Canada friends have gone off to bed. They've had enough. We'll mix for one more minute. One more minute. See if this is enough. I have a funny feeling I'm going to have to pour more. All right. Let's see. Notice how I'm pouring slowly. I don't want to pour too quickly. That's how air bubbles form. Notice how I'm also pouring off the side of the wood, because I don't want air bubbles to form. Yeah, this may be enough. We may have mixed too much. That would just be lucky, and I'm not a lucky person. So no, we're going to have to pour a little bit more. That's okay. No biggie. We'll just pour a little bit more. So 2 parts this. So we'll do 4, 6. popsicle stick back. Mix the last little bit here. Oh, I like the red. What do you guys think? You like the red? I like it. Where'd Sayer go? He's supposed to be the safety department. Now everybody's definitely sleeping. Where is everybody? Everybody go to bed? Shit, I may have to mix more. Well, it doesn't help it's not on an even surface. That's not helping my cause right now. I'm trying to. Sorry. All right. I just figured something out. I'm gonna need a piece of plywood here. Then we have to pour more. Damn it. Fuck. I'm just gonna pour a lot. Fuck it. This little ass cutting boards. See how much epoxy it's taking, guys? But I don't want to pour too much and then waste it. I hate wasting it. So 3 1/4 here. So we'll go up to about there. Yeah. That way I can move it and put it on something level, you know what I mean? So when I pick it up, it all doesn't fall underneath the wood like it just almost did there. A little bit seeped down in there. That's okay. It definitely seeped down in there because this is moving a little bit on me. It's all right. We'll mix this up. Move it upstairs. It could float the wood a little. Yeah, I know. I know. I know, but you don't want it to where all the epoxy goes underneath it and really floats it. You know what I mean? Kind of want it down there. So you don't want this to move at all. You don't want the wood to move at all. I probably should have clamped it down. It's probably what I should have did. But I kind of was rushing here. That's how we lost the epoxy. I had it almost to the top, but I moved it that little bit and the epoxy seeped underneath it. I'm probably going to clamp it. I'm going to clamp it to this wood here. I know that wood's perfectly flat because I flattened it. Yeah, like I got gym weights laying around here. I've never been to a gym or lifted a weight in my life. That's not true, but I never owned my own weights. Oh no, I'm not using nose drills. Nope. To get a pocket. Nope. Nope. If anything, I'll use some shitty fucking 1950s drill. Yeah, it's really floating now. I'm gonna have to clamp it. It's all seeping under. Fuck. There, that's what I want. I'm just gonna have to clamp it right there. Okay. Don't move. Please be big enough. I want to have to use these, but I guess I'm going to have to. Ah, why won't you be long enough? You cocksucker. Good. Don't you stop. Not a good time for this to happen. Where is my other squeeze clamp? Where's my other big squeeze clamp? I need like a shim to level it up. Rocky, you stay upstairs. All right, that should be good. Rocky, stay upstairs. Econ time. Piece of scrap on the slabs. Yeah, you're right. You see my river of red? Where are you going? What are you doing? For what? It's still clogged? Right.
Right?
What?
Where did he come?
Bubbles. I gotta figure out how to get another clamp over here. And over here. Otherwise it's just gonna keep floating.
What if it wasn't a clamp? What if it was a board with nails driven through that you put something heavy on top of?
I am not putting nails through this.
Not through that. I didn't say through that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I just need a little bit of pressure. That's all I needed.
Okay. Look.
I shouldn't have tried to move it. That was my bad. First, let me get this all. Good news is we got some time to mess with this. Rocky, what? Huh? I really don't want to waste this. Block in the middle, add a board from the end to end, holding the block down on the slab. Yeah, but then it's going to adhere to all that epoxy, and that's going to be a bitch. It's going to be a bitch to get it off. I may just go get something heavy and let it sit on it. What do I have that's heavy that I don't care if it gets ruined? A brick? We got a brick somewhere around here. Put a piece of wax paper over it. brick works. If this would stop falling into the fucking epoxy. Oh, what a mess. I can clamp down this side. Come on. Okay. I think that's going to be good. It's just made more of a mess than I wanted it to, unfortunately. Which means I'm going to have to put this in my slab flattener. It's going to be a little bit uneven at first. This is going to be raised in this corner just a little bit. Unless I can find another brick. When's there a brick when you need one? Maybe it will fit a clamp over there. Are you about to do a bump on live? What the hell does that mean? What does that even mean? I'm making a table, moron. Whatever the fuck you're talking about. It's alright, we're just gonna have to trim it a little bit. We're gonna have to trim the edges now, the sides. I'm gonna try and clamp this other side. And then I'm just gonna leave it down here. So I got it pretty much level now. I'll have to hit it with the heat gun. Give me a sec, guys. That's what I'm going with. That's where we're calling it. Kind of used too much because it all leaked under. Now it's seeping back up through because now I got pressure on all four sides. But that just means it's going to be more of a pain in the ass later. I have to put another shim over here. No. What is going on? That's what I get for trying to level it off more. I'm leaving it. I'm calling it. So now that's got to harden. Good enough. Way too much epoxy. It's because it leaked under. Oh well, you live and you learn, right? Don't pick up the mold while you're pouring epoxy in it. Well, I hope so. I hope so. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here before my wife kills me. It's 3:15 in the morning, and we'll talk to y'all later. See y'all later. Did I degas the epoxy? No, such a small amount, you don't have to. We're not using 30 gallons. We're using like, maybe a half gallon. You don't got to degas it, especially if you mix it right. The guys that degas it, they're the ones that are using a drill to mix it. I use my hand using figure eight. So if you're not mixing aggressively, you don't need to degas it. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.